we are in Cambridge today. It is the perfect day trip if you're in London or if you're just wanting to explore the city for a day. I actually live here, so it's not a day trip for me, but we're going to spend the day exploring and looking around the colleges. So it'll be 50 minutes if you're coming from London on the train, and the amazing thing about Cambridge is that everything is within walking or cycling distance, so you can walk from one end of the city to the other within the day and see just about everything. So yeah, let's go see what we can do in Cambridge for the day. So we've just come to get a bit of breakfast to start our day. We've got, I've ordered the avocado on toast. This is Hot Numbers. It's off Mill Road, but we've just come outside because it's so hot inside, so we can sit outside. Let's have a look at this. Oh my goodness, how yummy does this look? It's got chilies, sesame seeds, lime, oh my goodness. I've also got some orange juice from a local juice company, so perfect start to the morning. We are in front of the Cathedral, where we are going to climb to the top of the tower. It's got the best views in Cambridge. You can see all the colleges, and it's panoramic views, and it's this really old tower that you can climb up. It's £6 per person if you're an adult. That's what we're going to do. Made it. Oh my goodness, it is such a tiring climb. It is the tiniest little staircase, and the spiral is so tight that I'm actually dizzy from coming up it. It was actually so crazy. Definitely a workout. I feel like, who needs the gym, right? But have a look at these views, how amazing. You can see King's College is just there, and the River Cam is just behind it. You might be able to get a glimpse of some people punting. Over here you can see Gonville and Keys, you can see St John's College, and you can see Trinity College. And then over here you can see you've got the Market Square just down there, and sort of the city centre. So cool. One of the really interesting misconceptions that people think about Cambridge is that it is one central university campus, but actually the colleges are spread across the city in different locations and in totally different campuses. It's definitely worth the climb if you're in Cambridge to come up St Mary's Cathedral. It's exhausting, but it's such a beautiful view of the city, and we're lucky enough to have it to ourselves at the moment. So we've just been to Tom's Cakes to get some cake. It is the best place in Cambridge if you want cake, obviously. And I have got a carrot cake in here, and there's also a red velvet cake. So I'm going to give them a go. I'm so excited. Mill Road, where we got it from, has got tons and tons of cafes and like little international supermarkets and boutique kind of stores, delis, and cake. I don't know how I'm going to manage this. They're such huge pieces. Right. I've done it. No, I've not. No. So we're sitting here on Parker's Piece. It's right in the city centre, one of many parks in the city, and it's actually really cool. It's where the first game of association football was ever played and the rules of football officially drawn up. So that's a little bit of history, and people use it for football on the weekends, touch rugby, cricket. I think they're playing cricket over there at the moment. Lacrosse. I think sometimes it's that Harry Potter game. That Harry Potter one that they play. I think people play that here as well. So it's just used for so much social sports on the weekends. And also just people come and sit down and have picnics. It's a really nice spot in the middle of town. This is the famous King's College. It's got beautiful grounds. This grass is usually a lot greener. And then across the road you've got lots of cafes and souvenir stores. And there's lots of nice clothing stores as well. It's always really popular, this street. Always people milling about, which is just full of activity. This is Peterhouse College. This is Queen's College. This is Corpus Christi College. This is St Catherine's College. This is the Corpus clock, which is one of the, I would say, the most famous timepiece in Cambridge. It's got this insect on top that crawls around and tells the time. Definitely worth checking out, as it's just across the road from King's College. So we've come to check out the Fitzwilliam Museum today. It's right in the city centre, easy to get to, and it's got something for everyone. I'm really excited to see. There's artworks from all ages, there's pottery, there's stuff from Imperial China, there's suits of armour, sarcophaguses, there's so much in there. So I would say we're probably going to be at least an hour wandering about. You could spend all day there if you wanted to, and the best part is that it's absolutely free to go in, as well as all the other museums in Cambridge just about. So this is definitely the best one here, but there's also so many other museums you can go to. There's the Museum of Zoology, there's a natural science one about the history of Cambridge, so many that you could go to, but this is definitely the best.
This is the main hall of the museum, and it's the most stunning room ever. These huge columns and like gold on the walls is so amazing. This is my favourite part of the museum. It's an exhibition by Monet. It's also like impressionist paintings, especially this one. It's my absolute favourite. It's so gorgeous. This is what I look like before I put my makeup on.
we're here at the River Cam, which is what Cambridge is named after, and behind me there's the mathematical bridge, which the myth is it was designed by Isaac Newton, but it wasn't, but it's still a very popular tourist attraction. And I think you can actually see some people hunting behind us, which is probably the most popular thing to do if you're in Cambridge for the day. You can choose to hire your own punt and do a self-guided tour, or jump on a guided tour with somebody who actually knows what they're doing. I've done it with a tour because I do not trust myself out on the river, pushing myself along with a stick. But that's what we're doing now. We're just going to chill by the river and just relax and watch the punts go by. So your average punt will take you about 20 minutes, half an hour if you're on a tour, and it'll cost you between 10 and 20 pounds. If you do want to hire your own, you pay about 70 to 100 pounds, so it's definitely much cheaper if you just want to jump on board with some other people. And this is the main place where you go to do punting. There is a few other spots across town, but this is the main spot. This is the Grand Arcade, which is one of 2 shopping centres in Cambridge. Just quietly, it's the nicer one. So if you want to do a bit of retail therapy or spend your day in Cambridge doing a bit of shopping, this is where you'd want to go. It's right in the middle of the city, and you've got Apple, you've got Top Shop, wherever you want to go. This is where you go. So we're in the Cambridge Market now, which is right in the middle of the city, and it's a really great place if you want to get local produce like baked goods, deli meats, as well as like burgers, noodles, hot food, and as well as like lots of like knickknacks and souvenirs and things.
Going out, going for a cup.
This is our final stop on our day out in Cambridge, and we're at the Eagle, which is one of the more famous pubs here in Cambridge that Watson and Crick used to drink at when they discovered the shape of DNA, so very famous. But there's actually 110 pubs within Cambridge, so if there's somewhere you want to go for lunch or dinner, you've got a lot of choice. You're probably going to pay about 10 to 20 pounds for a meal out at a pub. So we're about to have some dinner. I've got a drink, local beer, and that's it for us today.